All right, we are back here again. This is Dawn Reby, and we are talking about what Saudi Arabia is really like. And today I'm going to share with you a couple of things. We're going to talk about the toilets. We're going to talk about some cool other things that you must see and grab and bring back with you when you are in Saudi Arabia. So here we go. Let's talk about the toilets. All right. So we know you want to know about those. So it is not traditional toilets, right? So their septic system, their cleansing system is quite different from ours here in the US. Up here in the US, we actually have a seat that we sit on. And in Saudi Arabia, typically, although it's very Americanized and you'll find regular American toilets there, overall, it's the ceramic porcelain is actually on the floor, right? It's on the floor, so there's nowhere to sit. You actually squat, right? So that's the first thing. So it's kind of like these holes in the ground, which is a little different than what we have here in the US. The second thing is that you must know, this is very, very important, right? So there's water, there's a little spray gun, almost like you're in the shower, but you actually wash yourself, right? So in US, we use toilet paper. And a lot of the times in Saudi Arabia, they have a spray gun, essentially, where you clean yourself. Now, here's what the important part is. You must use, your left hand is considered the hand to cleanse yourself. So therefore, you never, ever shake anyone's hand with your left hand. That's weird anyway. And you never, ever touch someone or connect with someone with your left hand. That's considered your dirty hand, because that's the hand that you use to spray yourself after you go to the bathroom. So that's the first thing. Now, second thing I want to share with you, some really cool things, is the coffee, right? So this is a small little version of what the coffee is in. This is just like a little pretty version, right? So this is not real. This is not what it is. Usually the coffee storage is about this big. And so everywhere you go, there's Arabic coffee. And so here's how Arabic coffee is different from US coffee. So US coffee is black, first of all, right? Our beans are roasted and the coffee is black. Arabic coffee is a little bit different. And here's a version of it. You kind of see it's a little bit it's kind of like tan in color, and here's why. So this is a mixed bag, but typically the way Arabic coffee is made is the coffee is ground. It's the same thing. It's brewed, right? But you brew it with a couple of herbs. And I love that they do this. They brew it with clove, which is amazing for your immune system. It's an amazing support for you. For those of you who don't know much about clove, it's something that is really, really good for, numbing. It's a numbing agent in a sense. Back in the day, they would put clove in your tooth if they wanted to pull your tooth out. And so to reduce the pain, right? So it's anti-inflammatory. Drinking coffee is not reducing pain. That's not what the intent is for, but it's just a super antioxidant, super immune system support. So I love that they put clove in their coffee. They also put saffron in their coffee. Saffron is a wonderful herb that helps with so many different things. Look it up. You will find out all the great things that saffron is good for. So the coffee is the coffee bean, and then they have clove, and then they have saffron in it, right? So that's how it's kind of boiled together for 15 minutes or so. And then they take the giant one of these, right? A giant one of these, and they put cardamom in it. And then they pour the coffee on in. And so it kind of gives us this like yellow mustardy like looking coffee. Cardamom is phenomenal for digestive support. So cardamom is a wonderful tool that many folks who study Ayurvedic medicine or Western Asia or any kind of, ancient medicine knows that cardamom is really wonderful for your stomach support, right? To move your digestion around. So coffee is also served in actual tiny little glasses. So you don't, in US, we have these huge mugs that are just way oversized. And in Saudi Arabia, the coffee is very small, typical to other parts of the world, right? Where it's very small. It's a small amount and it's just enough, right? Just enough to give you a little bit of a caffeine boost, but also those immune supports, right? So the saffron and the clove and the cardamom all support your immune system, all support your body. So that is the coffee. That is the coffee out there. It's a little bit different, and they do add some sugar to it. I didn't add any sugar to mine, and it was just fine. So I got this bag at the farmer's market. It has everything all ground together, which I guess is kind of cheating just a little bit, but it's okay. I'm just trying to bring the culture back so it works over here. And so the coffee is really different than ours. The second thing is it's kind of used as like this social engagement, which is wonderful, right? And so you come in and everyone gives out coffee. It's in the farmers market, you will get multiple cups of coffee, little teeny cups as you move around throughout the farmers market. The other thing out there is dates, 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 and more dates. So dates are the snack to go to, right? So if you've studied dates at all, and I actually have quite a bit, dates are phenomenal for you. I make some protein bars out of dates, and they're really just low glycemic index. You don't want to eat a ton of anything, right? And so you want to portion it out. But over in Saudi Arabia, you'll see dates everywhere. There's cookies made with dates in them and dates covered in chocolate and dates, dates, dates. And so you will find that there's all kinds of different dates, not just the jewel dates. There's figs and other variations of dates. Those were very big out there. Another thing that was very big is nuts. So here in the US, our pistachios are quite expensive, hazelnuts and so forth are quite expensive, but they're very abundant there. Dates and olives, it's Mediterranean, quite abundant out there. So I definitely got my fill when I was up there. And the last thing I want to show you is herbs, right? This is an incense, right? This is incense. Oh, it's so yummy. And it's called, oh gosh, oud. It's called oud, O-U-D, oud. And it's wonderful. So you put it over a resin burner, and you will see a lot of triangle resin burners out there, pretty much everywhere you go. So if you go to a restaurant, you open up your arms like this, and the resin burner is burning the oud, right? And it's this beautiful scent. I've done it with frankincense. I've never done it with oud before. I never even heard of oud before I went to Saudi Arabia. So the idea is it's cleansing, right? And so you open up your arms, and they kind of like take the resin burner and just kind of build it around you, right? Go around you so that you can really absorb the oud. And so if you're at home, you can actually burn it in a resin burner with one of those little charcoal burners that light on up, and you just sprinkle some of the oud right on top of it, and it makes your whole house smell like this beautiful oud flavoring. And it's kind of like a woodsy, deep woodsy smell. It's very aromatic, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful smell. So that's what we have to talk about today. We have the toilets, we have the oud, we have the coffee, and we have dates. And so hopefully you have learned a little bit about Saudi Arabia in the way that I have learned a little bit about Saudi Arabia during my 1 week or 10-day visit there last month. So we'll see you for the next one.